Hello, welcome to my studio. Thank you for joining me. This is a very special one because I made a schedule and I'm waiting all day to start this stream. So I actually started early in the morning. I'll show you from up here. I started by constructing boxes, and that is actually what we are going to do today. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to construct an inner and outer box. I'm going to make some holes for fasteners, so I'm going to use some kind of, it's called a crocodile, and all sorts of things. And I have around 5 or 6 copies to make, so this is going to be a live stream of me working, and we can interact in the chat, so you are welcome to write me. So I'm going to start, let me move this aside for a second, and I'm going, hi James, good morning or good evening. I want to show you this nice piece of machinery or a tool. It's called a crocodile. I bought it years ago. I tried to find it online, but I didn't see it available. It's like out of stock, but maybe you can still find it. I added a link in the description. And first of all, we need to connect the legs inside. So I'm going to slip in the legs. It's very easy. You have an on and an on here. And today I'm going to start directly with this close-up. I'll move it here so you could see. So the crocodile, let me bring some light here. Yeah, that's better. It has a big hole, a smaller hole, and it also can make eyelets that you can just change to different ones. Okay, you can flip this one and you can flip this one. But what I'm going to use today is this small hole here. And that's the beginning of what I'm going to do today. So I'll open this small window here so you can see a bigger frame. And what I'm doing is I want to make holes in the sides of the box. So I'm going to take one that I have already a hole inside, just to show me the place. Let me see how I do it, like this. See, it's in place, making sure it is straight all around, and just punching. I hope it's not moving the camera too much. I'm going to write out. Let me do another one. Hello to the Canary Islands. Hello, Sylvia. Good morning. Making sure it is straight all around and punching holes, writing out, and I'll put it like this. Maybe I'll show you the upper frame here so you can see. I'm writing out because I want it outside in both sides. It's supposed to be exactly in the center, but I'm not taking any chances. I'll move on to some more. Hola Bolivia, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. We have here from Canada. Good morning. Making sure it is exactly where I want it to be. So that's the first step I'm going to do today. Good morning, Texas. Nice. I'm so happy it's people from all over the world. Sorry to Australia and Japan for doing it in the middle of the night for you. But I need my sleep. This was here, not to get confused. Let me do another set. So if you are just joining me, I'm making holes to the perpendiculars of the base of a box I'm making, because afterwards I'm going to connect fasteners. And what I'm using is a tool that is called a crocodile. It has 2 diameters of holes. I'm using the small one now. And it has also the ability to connect eyelets. But I'm going to connect fasteners, so that's a bit of a different tool. I was waiting all day to do that. I waited to be live to do it. I think it's quite cool, this tool. It's a rhyme. I think this is enough. Now you can see all the leftovers here, the holes I made. Let me take it away. Need a clean surface. I'll put this over here. And now I'm going to start constructing. So let me see how many I made. That's 6 copies. And I'm going to start. Hello, Greece. Good morning. Oh, for you it's good night. Good evening. My beloved weights. I'm going to start with my weights. Let me wake up. I'll move the light over here, back to its place. Let me wake up the glue. Good morning to you. I'll take this camera out of the way. So when I'm constructing a box, I'm starting from the long perpendiculars, so 1 and 2, and then I'm going to connect the sides. So if I cut the board into size, the long ones would be exactly the same as the length of the base, and the sides are going to be, let me bring a pair, are going to be, show you from the upper side, they're going to be the width minus the two boards. Okay? Great. So I'll start. By the way, this is bookbinding board, gray board. It is also called a chipboard, and it is 2.3 millimeters. So I'm going to put two weights, and I'm going to bring me a weight to give me a straight line, and I'm going to start just gluing the bottom side here. Not a lot of glue, just for the bottom side. I like to take off some of the glue, wipe my fingers on a towel or something, a rug, and connect, flipping it over, straight line, some more weights. Thank you, James. Yeah, I added a link from an Amazon link when I made a video about this box, a box for a medal. It was in stock on Amazon, and then I added a link there. But it says that it is out of stock, but I'm sure there are other places to find that. Now I'm flipping it like this. I like to shove this back. And you remember I told you about the weights that you can find and you can use in every thickness and every size. They all have a purpose in my studio. So the small one, all the small ones you will see are in use today. And because I'm going to do a couple at the same time, you will see I'm using a lot of weights today. Now it is exactly, you see how it's going inside exactly the size. I'll find my bone folder and just make sure it goes directly. And now I'll bring a small weight. And I'll bring this one. Would it fit? Yeah, nice. Can flip it over and connect this side. Now I need to make sure this is the out. If you are working with measurements or things that you need to make sure that they are going in the right place, you can just write on them with a pencil, and then you won't get confused while you're working. Good morning, Oregon. Yeah, we just changed the clock 1 hour forward, I think. Forward? Yeah. So we have the same time. Nice, I'm so glad somebody from New Zealand joined us. What time is it in your part of the world? It's the middle of the night, if I understand correctly. I can bring this small weight here. As I said, all my weights are going to be in use today. I'll bring this here and start another one. Change this one to this one. Oh, that's reasonable. That's the hour I'm waking up, 5:10 each morning. Because I'm cutting the perpendiculars from leftovers, I can see that this one, the grain direction is going this way, rather than, let's find another one. Here you can feel that it's stiffer and the grain direction is going this way. But because this is such a small piece, it doesn't really matter the grain direction. I just need, you see that? I need to make sure that the weights are bringing it into place so it would be straight. I can take another one and just squeeze it in the gap. I like that things like that happens while I'm doing this live, because in my edited videos, not all of the things are going into the video, and here you can see a bit of the things to fix and just more details, I think. And I think what I love about the live streams, this is the third one, yes, but what I like about the live streams is the interaction with you and the questions that are raising while we are working. It's like when people come to a studio tour. Each time it's a little bit different, because each time there's different questions and different things of interest. So that's very nice. I'll bring another pair. If you're just joining me, I made holes for the outer side because I'm going to connect fasteners, and I'm working on the base of a box for a medal that goes inside. In the small perpendiculars, I'm going on the bottom and both sides. Yes, I agree. And with all the AI, now you have a real person just working in front of you, talking to you. I think that's also something nice. Usually I give it a little bit more time to glue, but I'm trying to do it faster. And let's see how it goes. Out. See? Almost put it upside down. I'm not sure if I'll put it like this. I think it would be still okay, but as you see, I like precision and everything to go exactly into place. Okay, change places. Come here. You see this, the weight is a bit stuck, so I just lift it and it is free again. Put it here. I think it would be nice, the pile. Pressing down. I'll bring the long one. Squeeze it a bit. If you're just joining me, I'm making bases for a box, connecting the perpendiculars. I'm glad it is relaxing to you. Good morning, Brazil. I'm just reading the chat. Let's see if I can glue and read the chat. These weights are not especially for bookbinding. This is just a solution of mine and a system I'm working with to just work with these weights. And I found them just in a metal supplier store. Just ask them to cut into size. But some of them, for instance, this one, let me show you a close-up of this. No, you can't see like this. I'll add some light. Can you see there's a bit of lines here? When they used to make tables in letterpress, they used brass just as a line. You know, in an invoice, when you write the number, you had like very thin lines where you write the number in. So that's for using for letterpress. So I have a couple of those. You can see here. But most is just from a metal supplier. I ordered some. And it's not so cheap, the weights, because the brass is kind of expensive metal. But I'm using it for years and it is such a great thing to have, so I think it is worth the investment. But we talked about it in the previous lives that there's also it called 1, 2, 3 blocks used by mechanics. It's 1 inch on 2 inch on 3 inches, and you can try and work with that. Does this fit? No, just outside. So you can try and work with that. You can also try and work with a piece of marble. Can also work. I have a piece here I can show you. Okay, this is a piece of marble that you can use. It can give you, the importance is to have a straight 90-degree angle, so if you work you can just line it up and it has a bit of weight to it. But as things are going, I think these brass weights are going to be a part of bookbinding kits for people. And actually I'm starting to figure out how to maybe try and manufacture some. But the problem is it is weights, and to ship them, it's a heavy thing. But I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. And when I do, you'll be the first to know. What type of fasteners? We'll get to it in a moment. I want to finish these, then cover a bit. So I'll get to the fasteners in due time. Okay, you're moving here. And I'll start another one. We're making progress. Let's do this side. Again, those weights, I would start by looking for just a metal supplier where you live and ask if they have brass bars. What you see here, this is 2 by 2 centimeter. This is 3 by 3, and there's 2.5, not here, but 2.5 centimeters. And this is cut to 20 centimeter long. I think these are the ones I use the most. But as you can see, even if they have just offcuts and they just charge you the price of the metal, I think it would be great. So start with that. And if you're not managing, then we'll see what to do. So I see there's more people joining us here, so good morning or good evening. I'm making bases for a box for metal. I'm connecting the sides here, and then I'm going to cover it with cloth and connect fasteners. There's something special about repeating the process. I hope it's okay for you also, because you see me doing the same thing over and over again, but we're making progress, and soon I'll start covering with cloth. And if you just join me and trying to figure out what's the holes here, the holes are made because I'm going to connect it, and then I can't make the holes in the right place. And afterwards I'm going to connect the fasteners here. Trying to read the chat. Oh, thank you. So there's a solution for people in America. I would like to look it up. Thank you, Sylvia. This comment is reassuring for me. Yeah, I don't think I made any just pile of boxes at the same time to see how it works and piles up. Reading Daniel's comment. I'm so glad I'm inspiring you to create your own books. This is what I'm here for, truly, to inspire other people to create books and boxes. It is truly amazing. Community all over the world of people, might I say, bibliophiles. Won't fit. This would fit. This would go here. You're going aside here. Two to go. Okay. Have marks here. I think I used it for piercing holes. But this is going to be concealed, so if you won't tell anyone, nobody will know. By the way, if you use different kind of metal, what you need to make sure is if you're putting your weights on something that is not dry yet, so there won't be rust or something with the humidity and the metal, okay? Especially when you work with paper, with white or cream color paper. If you leave it for a long time, it could leave marks on your work. And with brass, it doesn't really happen because of the type of the metal. Good morning, Australia. Wow, that's nice. So you're on Monday morning. At the beginning of this live, I talked about people from Australia and New Zealand that are sleeping, but this is nice that you can join me. I'm bringing another set out. And connecting. moving things around here. Are you ready for the last one? Let's do one with a wide angle. Yep. So the long sides first. And you see afterwards when I'm covering it, the cloth is going to cover the joints here, connect to the sides, so it would be stronger as a construction of box. We are nearly there. Can you guess what's the next stage after I'm constructing the boxes? You can usually see it in my videos. Take this one. It is true I'm going to cover them, but before that there's an important step to make sure everything is the same. I'm going to do it with cloth, with navy blue cloth. I'll bring this one. I'm so sorry about that. I hope there's something with the computer that crashed. I hope you can see me now, and I'm going to keep on sanding, and you tell me if you can see the feed again. Again, sorry about that. So I guess I know what I'm going to get myself for Hanukkah or for Christmas, a new computer apparently, because something crashed. the feed just stopped and I needed to restart, and this is the first time something like that happened. So we learn from our issues and our mistakes, and I'm just going to jump right back to sanding. And again, sorry about that. And most important, I want to thank my son, Moran, who is sitting beside the computer. He's interacting with you, and thank you. The support of the family is something very, very important. And I have my back, just with all my family having my back. Yeah, that's the right term. I'll just sand this one also. I'll move the weights. It's not a wooden box, it is a box constructed from bookbinding board, 2.3 millimeter bookbinding board. That's what it is constructed of, but you can sand it like wood. And what I want is just a straight all around. I see something here needs a bit more. Now let me clean my area here. And I'm going to bring some cloth. So let's talk about the cloth. Bookbinding cloth is a cloth that has paper backing. I'll bring from another video. As you can see, there's a piece of paper here. So this is the cloth, and you just connect a piece of paper. The factory is connecting a piece of paper to the cloth, and that allows me to glue it without the glue dripping to the other side. I'll take the first box. Maybe I'll take this out of frame, I'll put it here. And I want to see the center. Now I'll bring some tools. I'll bring my ruler. This is 6, 5.5, that's enough. I'll put this here. And let's do 5.5. We can manage with 6. Yeah, it looks like the center. And now my weights are acting as stoppers, so I can glue the piece, bring it into place, and it would be as I want it to be, in the place I want it to be. Let me wake up my big glue brush. I forgot to lift the sound after sanding. No, it's okay. It's -9. It's okay. I'll dip it inside. And I'm gluing the whole bottom surface. Put it in place, making sure that my hands are clean. I'll take the weights out, flip over the box, and I'm working with my hands on the edges. And now I'm going to do some cutting. So you remember I talked about the joints that I'm going to reinforce them. So what I'm going to do is cut here and cut here, cut here and here. And then I'm going to cut it's 2 centimeters more. So here, here, and giving it a bit of an angle so it won't touch the bottom side. And I'm going to glue the long side first. Trying to glue the thicker material, so I'm going with board. You will see that in the next stage I need to glue the cloth. But now, if I still don't have a need, I will do it to the board. Can work with the bone folder. And now I'm going to cut the inner line of the perpendicular and about board thickness, and cut it out. Stay. And I'm going to do the other side. We'll do the small flap here. And that is going to hold this. And the one here. Now I'm gluing, I don't know how to call it, I call it a small chupchikim. It is like a flap, and I'm going to take it down and connect. And this one, just holding it 45, it goes inside the angle here. I'll do the other side. Maybe I should have finished one side so it won't interfere with your view. I'll do it to the next one. I'll just shove it like this so you can see. I'm going in and both thickness. Oh, a question about bone folders. As James said, traditionally, yes. Let me show you. There's a bone folder that actually I usually use that for just inserting the small flaps. I'll show you. You can see here, it has like a pointy edge. And when you use it for small things, as you can see now, you can just bring it and insert with it. It works very nice. But sometimes it's just the bone folder I'm holding. This is a bone folder just made out of Teflon, and that is why the glue is not sticking to it. While in the regular bone folders, like this or like this, sometimes the glue is drying on it and you need to clean it from time to time. But like with any tool that you need to clean it from time to time. But they used to be out of bone or wood. I'm trying to read the chat and make a box without mistakes. Not a good idea. As you can see, I want it inside the corner. Okay. Now I'll bring a piece of waste paper. Do it like this, so you have nice light to it. And I'm going to glue take the waste paper out. Usually I make it shorter, but because there's a box going inside this, and it's going to be up until, I think, 1/2 centimeter or more, I just made it a little bit bigger this time because you can not actually see it, so it's okay. Usually I make it a bit smaller, the inside. Now I'll move on to the short sides. So this can't go inside because the perpendiculars are interfering. So what I'm going to do is I'll take my ruler and I'm going to cut not up until the end, just a bit before, and give it a bit of an angle here. Do it to the other side. Remember the holes here? I'll find them later. Now I'm gluing all the way. Let's do it in one go. I'm starting from the outside working with the bone folder. And then folding inside. If you're just joining us, we are making a base for a box. I already constructed the box with bookbinding board or chipboard, and now I'm covering it with cloth, and very soon I'll start connecting the fasteners. I'll bring another one. Before I start, I'm going to take a sip of water for a second. I'm sure somebody is proud of me now for remembering to take a sip of water. A sip or a sip? I'm reading the chat a bit. Thank you, Michaela. I'm so happy to inspire you to create. It is truly a wonderful thing to inspire others. So thank you. As you can see, there are different ways to do it. Now I did two sides. Can flip it over. Doesn't really matter. What you need to remember is to leave the 2 centimeter and not cut all the way, because then your corner will be revealed. It happens, and there's a fix to that. Maybe I'll talk about the fix to that. If by any chance you cut all the way, and it can happen, what you do, you take another piece, could be a small piece, fold it, glue it, and connect it. Then you can trim it off with the scissors or something, and don't tell anyone. But only you would know. You'll see a little bit of a bump on the other side also, but just that you know it happens. Yes, we learn from our mistakes. Sorry, there's a delay in the chat. Can see it. I think there's a couple of seconds delay. Of course, you can upscale things. Working with the regular box, shipping box, you can do wonderful things. You need to see that when you glue something on it, that it won't get the grain of the, you know, there's like ribs to the board, so you need to make sure that you won't get that. It could be a nice texture, but you need to make sure that you don't get that when you cover. But you can upgrade boxes and you can just cover them in all sorts of ways. Actually, it's a nice idea for a video to just take a shipping box and make something special out of it, especially towards the holiday seasons. And sometimes when you make mistakes, you invent something new because of your mistakes and because you need to find solutions to problems. I had it a few times. To find a solution and then to just invent something completely new, a new way to work or a faster way to work. You know, working like you see me now, working for hours on boxes, I taught myself to work with both hands. Just cutting one side and then moving my knife to the other hand to work on the other side. And this is just a challenge I made myself do. And with years of practice, it became just a natural thing. As you can see, I always change my waste papers and reuse them. This is offcuts from different projects. I have ones that are Used for years and years. I see it's a bit pointing out here. I'm going to trim it a bit here. I need to make 6 boxes, but I'm not sure I'll make all of them in this live. I think I'm soon going to connect the fasteners. I want to show you. It is nice to see the process of that. This I need to cut before I glue it. Cut it just on time. By the way, I made a whole video, or I made a video of the whole process of making this box from start to finish, also with the lid, so you can see that. I linked it in the description of this video. And if you just joined us, we are making a base for a box for metal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the template for making the hole and the location of the hole and connecting the other camera. Because of the issue with the computer, I disconnected the third camera so you can see easily how I make the fasteners. So I'll move to this one and I'll be back in a second. Squeaking of my door. Here it is, the template, and I'm going to connect the computer. Okay, so I'll put the brushes inside water for a second. Thank you for your patience. Now what I want to do is I want to pierce a hole on the side. I pierced the hole already. I want to find the hole. So what I'm going to do is just, this is the place for the hole. What I'm going to do is take my awl and I'm just going to pierce inside, one side and the other side. Great. Now, let's see, it's okay. It's enough. Now I'm going to take this tool that is going to connect the eyelets. And you ask me about what kind. This is 15 millimeter. It is called Anorak by Prim. It comes, this is for the outer clasp that is going to go on the outside. And on the inside, on the inner base, we are going to connect these. Let me show you with a close-up. We are going to connect this one. It's going with this one. Okay, I need a pair of two. And this would be afterwards to connect for the outside. But we are not going to do this one today, but I can show you how it works. And I see I have two left just for this copy, and then I'll open this one and I'll use it. So let me choose what's going on in the chat. Hi Dennis, I'm really glad you can join us. So what's going on is this is going to go inside here, and this one is going inside here, and then I'm going to squeeze it. But because I'm going to work on the box and not on cloth, I think you can see properly here. What I'm going to do, I'll show one like this and one from the top. So I'm going to insert inside. I'll bring some more light, sorry. Like so. Okay, so I insert this inside, and now I need to connect this part. But what I'm going to do is just put it inside the machine, like so. I'm going to bring it inside like this. I'm trying to look at the camera at the same time. Does it really work well? Nice. Okay, and now just squeeze it. And one is connected. Let's do the other side from top. So what I'm going to do is insert this inside. See, until it's pointing out. I can do it like this. Just put it here. Bring this to its place. Lift it and squeeze it. And I have two fasteners on both sides. One on this side and one on this side. I linked these fasteners in the video description. if you want to try it out. You don't have to have the crocodile, what I used in the beginning, but you do need one of those, or it comes with a kit that you can just do it like this. I guess you can just use the plastic one that comes with the set. Open the other one here. We'll take two more. It is very satisfying to do, so I'll do some more. One and two. And one fell down. I'll find it later. Okay, again, have my template here. See the place. Insert and insert. That is why I made the holes in the beginning, because I knew I'm going to cover it, and to make the holes afterwards would be not such a great process. I'm going to insert inside. Again with the light, sorry. Insert inside. Add it. And squeeze it. As you can see, it's a little bit upper than, it's not exactly in the center because I want the finger to come and lift it easily. So this is how you connect the fasteners. And of course, afterwards, when I'm going to connect the inner base, that would just hide the cloth inside. I'm going to work on a couple of bases now. As you can see, I just covered not the entire thing because I don't need to, because this goes inside and then it is going to be glued inside here. And just by the way, the lid is going to go, inside like this, and is going to hold inside and fit perfectly inside afterwards. Take this out, and now it is stuck because it's not glued anymore. I'll deal with that later. So I think I'm going to go on and cover, let's take this one, I'm going to cover the piece that the metal itself, the base of the metal is going to go inside. It is going to be a piece of plexiglass. Okay. I'm going to bring now a set of strips. Maybe I'll show you how I do it. This is 6 centimeters. I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to take a bone folder And I'm going to run the bone folder on the edge around 1/2 centimeter from the edge and lift it a bit and fold it. Okay, let's do a small one. I can also just lift it, bring it to the ruler, and then fold. So I'll need 2 of those and 2 of those. I'll take it down here, bring my glue. Nice to surprise that you joined us. Actually, this time I made a schedule for the live stream, and you know, when I made the schedule, I was waiting to start all day long. Usually I just open the camera and start, but this time I knew in advance, and then I scheduled the live stream, and I just waited all day to start. And I'm glad that you joined me. I think when you do a schedule for a live stream, you can set a reminder for yourself, and then you will be notified when the live is starting. I think that's how it works. By the way, YouTube is starting a new thing. I didn't get the option yet, but the option that the live stream would be on vertical and horizontal at the same time. So that could be nice. And the same chat for both of them. As you can see here, it's the same process, but I don't need the bottom side. Now this is a small box, so if I would use the lower side, like I did the inner base, as you can see, it's not such a big piece. Now I see I'm not here. It's not a big piece, but when I'm working on a big project, it is a large piece of cloth that is, you just don't need it because this is going to be glued on the bottom side and no one will see it. So that is why I'm just covering only the edge, and that's it. It's enough. So that's a nice trick for just not to waste a lot of material if you don't need it. About the bone folder, I bought it. I didn't do it myself. There are people that are making beautiful bone folders. I have a piece I never finished. It is so smelly when you grind it on the grinder. It is just not fun to do. And there are people that are making beautiful things and I can just buy from them. So no, I didn't make a bone folder for myself, but my bone folders are just getting a shape from years and years of use. For instance, this one that you see here, if I'll show you in close-up, I'll bring it to show you in close-up. You see the edge here? This is from years of work. It was rounded nicely at the beginning. I think also here, this has a little bit of a chip here. So with the use, you see here, when you use it a lot of hours, it just becomes something different. This was straight at the beginning, and look how it looks now. Back to work. So that's about bone folders. This is a very handy tool. By the way, there are also wooden, can you say wooden bone folder? Yeah, because it's a tool, but bone folder, but not made out of bone, but out of wood. This one is Teflon one. You see, I just glue the edge here and then bring the cloth to it. Make sure that it is the same on both sides. Connect, cut it a bit here and with an angle. I'll cut it like this. 1 and 2. Short sides, short flaps here that holds the construction of the box so it won't get loose here. Waste paper. Always change your waste papers. That helps your working environment to be clean and without glue, PVA dripping or connecting to your work. Now I'm going to do the short side. I trim the cloth exactly into place, but sometimes you need a little bit more. Let me see how it goes. I bring it exactly into place, and then I can see if it's pointing out. It looks okay. I'll bring a small weight here, and I'm going to cut with an angle here. I'm so glad you like the camera angles. I like finding the right camera angles and just showing you with different places and things just for you to understand, because when I watch a video, I want to see everything, you know? So that's my aim all the time. Sometimes you have problems to show, but usually it works okay. Actually, before I started the live stream, because I'm making an addition, I thought to myself, if this is something I should do live, because it's repeating the same process over and over again. You see, it's pointing out a bit here. You can see it? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is put my ruler here and just trim it a little bit more. And if I need, I'll give it an angle here. And everything is fine now. You won't see the edge of the cloth. And I'm glad to hear that also watching the repetition and how I scale to a couple of copies is also interesting, because in my videos usually I do one off, but here I'm making additions. Yeah, it is difficult. It's also difficult to work and make a box and also film yourself. But let's just, for the fun of it, let's change an angle to this one when I'm gluing. Now what I'm going to do, I want to show you, let's connect one base completely together. So I'll take this one that we already made, and I'm going to connect this one inside. Before I start, I want to make sure that my small weight, where is it, fits inside. Yes, it does. Great. So now I'm going to do it with my eye, the gap all around. So I'm going to glue the bottom side. I took my small brush. Maybe the big brush would be faster, but here I can manage everything. By the way, the glue I'm using is PVA white glue. Quite thick today. When I use for big projects, I mix it with MC, methyl cellulose. Today I'm working with quite a thick glue because I constructed the boxes and because this is not a big box that I need to spread the glue. And now let's see with my eye if I can do it freestyle. Looks okay on all sides. I'll put a weight here and I'll put some weight on it. Let it hold for a couple of seconds. In the meantime, I'll bring out, after I showed you, I have the cloths inside here. Now, look at the trick. I'll put this here so it won't move. And I want to glue the inner cloth. Again, usually for bigger pieces, but I want to show you how I do it. Let me put the glue inside water a bit so the glue would be more easy to spread here. Always not over the work, just around. So I'm going to glue only the revealed board here. Again, I can just glue all the piece of cloth here, but because I want you to see the method just when you do big pieces, I'm showing you like this. So everything here is glued, and now I'm going to glue the edges. You see I have a lot of glue here, so I'm taking from here and moving to other parts of the cloth. All around. Sometimes you do another round. I'll take out the weight. Take the cloth. And bring it inside. It's supposed to fit exactly. You can see that I can move it a bit more if I need. And then connect all around. I'll give it some more small weights here. All the small ones. Let's make sure it works well. Nice. I'll show you in the big frame here. So this is the lid. I need to make 6 lids, but it fits nicely, snug. And what I'm going to do is in the sides here, connect the other side of the fasteners. And this is just because the client wants, if for any reason somebody will just lift the box from here, so everything won't fall down. That is why I'm adding it. So actually in this box, this is not connected yet because I'm going to make a cut here, and then the string that is going out would be concealed inside this place here. So it's going to go inside and then it's going to be covered. And again, I made a video about the whole process of making this box, including the lid and how to connect both sides. So you can watch that. I think we had a nice progress today. I constructed 6 boxes, showed you how to cover them and how to do the whole base of this box. So I think this is a good time to stop this live stream and just go back home and go to sleep. It's not so late, but still. So thank you for joining me and thank you for being here. Your support is truly, it is amazing, and to see people from all over the world. So thank you again. And hopefully I'm going to work this week on a new video and upload that. And I'm trying to figure out maybe to do 1 week a new video and 1 week I'm going to do a live stream. I think Sunday evening is quite nice for me, but you can write me afterwards in the comments what you think about this time frame, or if you can suggest something else. So again, thank you for being here, and I made a new slide for the end. No, but it won't work. So I'll just, the OBS and the computer that was crashed, and I need to find a new computer. That's what I'm taking from this live stream today. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.